Good evening. Welcome to a special international version of the football roundup. Tonight I'm going to have a quick look at the weekends and the early week's action, any notable results, any talking points, how the home nations did as well. So to kick off, I know generally there seems to be quite a negative view of international football, especially European Championship qualifying. Compared to the sort of obsession that people have with the Premiership and with Champions League as well. I think that's a little bit unfair. I still get a bit of a buzz from international football. Obviously the World Cup was incredibly exciting, but even watching Scotland run out against Germany was I thought very exciting and very different to a Premier League game. I think UEFA don't help themselves. I think their policies they have in place and Michel Platini's approach certainly counteract any good feeling that people have towards it. A couple of examples that I'll point to: having the games on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, bizarre tactic. There seems to be some suggestion that this was done so people could watch a wide variety of games, but for example, I think it was a Tuesday night. I put on Sky Sports, and well, there are other sports channels available. I put on Sky Sports, and Latvia against Kazakhstan was on, and I was just thinking, really please, my sort of £100 a month going towards funding the purchase of this sort of game. And just having a national game on a Saturday night, for example, would have been brilliant. It's always a really good atmosphere in town and the pubs, etc. So yeah, bizarre tactic to stagger the games over a course of days. And the second reason that people aren't particularly enamoured with the European Championship qualifying, especially international football, is this desire to get as many teams as possible in. So there was previously 16 teams would qualify, and that's now gone up to 24. So you have the top two teams from every group, the third best, and then the 8 remaining teams finishing third, going to the playoffs. Now that's a monumental number of teams from a relatively small pool, and it also means a lot of poor teams are going to get in. To be able to come third in your group and still have a chance to qualify is absolutely shocking. It's going to result in a poor standard of quality. And a number of teams who really shouldn't be there qualifying. Anyway, let's move away from the doom and gloom and look at what was a relatively interesting few days of football. Notable results. Just have a look at a couple here. Czech Republic beating Holland. That was a bit of a shock. It was Gus Hiddink's first game back. Losing that, he actually became the first Dutch manager to lose his 2 first games in charge since his first reign in charge in 1995. It was a team that was largely similar to the one that did so well in the World Cup. But the manner of the victory will be frustrating for Hiddink, given that the loss was caused by some comedic defending by Daryl Janmaat at the back, and got involved in the mix-up with the goalkeeper and effectively handed the Czechs victory. Again, it's not going to make a massive difference given how many teams qualify and given the Dutch strength generally. Ian Robben was out. Potentially lacked a bit of penetration. Van Persie continues to look off the pace, strangely. But no, a good result for the Czech Republic. Italy beat Norway 2-0 in Norway. Another new manager's first game, Conte. No Balotelli, no Pirlo. Italy looked relatively good. Young Zaza got himself a goal. Giaccherini played. So it wasn't a particularly strong looking Italy team, but they still had enough for an average Norway side. Iceland, 3-0 victory at home to Turkey. Outstanding. Iceland have never qualified for a tournament before, but having got to the playoffs last time, I think they'll be confident with the amount of teams going through that they'll be able to book their place perhaps automatically. Gylfi Sigurdsson at the heart, outstanding player. Heart of everything good for Iceland. Ukraine lost at home to Slovakia. Maybe not particularly surprising given the geopolitical situation in Ukraine. Must be hard for their players to focus on something as significant as football in the grand scheme of things. Gibraltar's first qualifying game ended in a 7-0 reverse at home to Poland. As there was quite an interesting, or quite a funny picture going around on Twitter of what jobs all the players had for Gibraltar, and I think one, maybe two were professional footballers, but they had like postman, taxi driver, etc. It was quite amusing. Have a look online, see if you can find it. A bit of a shame for them, given it's their first competitive qualifier, but Poland are a decent team, and with Lewandowski up front, they're always going to score goals against mediocre opposition. Bosnia, a shock 2-1 reverse at home to Cyprus. Perhaps an element of the World Cup hangover, but they have a very good team, and you did expect them to push on after their maiden appearance at the World Cup. Again, having said that, oof, that is bright. Having said that, they will probably still qualify. So again, not massively problematic, but a shock nonetheless. Probably the shock of the round was Portugal losing 1-0 at home to Albania. There was no Ronaldo, but still they had a quality team out with Tino, Nani, Contrao, etc. Albania scored a magnificent goal to win it, but I think the time has come for Paolo Bento to step down. A horrific World Cup performance, and to lose at home to Albania isn't acceptable. I'm going to go to my quote book for the first time today, and it is from Carlos Queiroz, former Portuguese manager, former Manchester United assistant manager, who stated, "Portugal have a national team called Cristiano Ronaldo and a group of players who run after him." And I think that really is at the heart of the problem. They're far too reliant on Cristiano, and the manager has done a terrible job and needs to go. Let's have a quick look now at how the home nations fared. Begin with Northern Ireland. Outstanding victory away to Hungary, who actually have quite a good team. Kyle Lothario Lafferty got an assist, got a goal, and bagged Northern Ireland their first away win in 4 years. So superb start for them. Wales also won 2-1 away from home, but against slightly poorer opposition in the form of Andorra. They were bailed out by Bale, and I think that'll probably be a recurring theme of their qualification. A little bit like Portugal and Ronaldo. Wales, although with some other quality players in the shape of Aaron Ramsey, etc., will probably be heavily reliant on the goals of Gareth Bale. Again, another 2-1 win away, this time for the Republic of Ireland, and they too were reliant on a winger to net them the winning goal. This was Aidan McGeady, second goal, sumptuous. If you've not seen it, really do try and get online and have a look. And he's starting to show sort of the effectiveness that he's been in evidence for Everton in the early parts of this season. But a good win away for Ireland, and they'll need to get those wins if they want to try and compete with Scotland for that second place. Switzerland 0, England 2. It did look like Hodgson had gambled a little bit with his selections of Stone and Delph, but they paid off. Wilshere and Rooney responded very well to recent criticism of their performances. They both put in very good shifts. Welbeck got a double, bodes well for his Arsenal career, and Sterling was in sparkling form once again, really showing what a dangerous player he can be. Lastly, we had Scotland against Germany. Germany prevailing 2-1 in the end, but Scotland putting in a magnificent performance. Kichi Anya was devastatingly effective on the left wing. I think perhaps Barry Bannon didn't need to start. Could have gone someone a bit more dynamic and a bit more of a presence about them in there. Excuse me. But overall, Scotland were excellent. Defensively, a few lapses here and there. They could have defended both of Thomas Muller's goals better, but the spirit, the hunger, the determination, and the quality going forward were all particularly good from Scotland, and it bodes well going forward in the qualifying campaign. I'm going to finish on another quote, and this one is from the current Scotland manager, Gordon Strachan, who stated in 2004, "We Scots don't mind laughing at ourselves, but it's getting to the stage where other people are laughing at us." Thankfully, Gordon Strachan's managed to change that, and I think all Scotland fans can be very, very pleased with how their team performed in Germany. Okay, next week we'll be back to Premier League matters, so thanks for stopping by, and I shall see you then.